officials here who told me that even though it appears on the surface that things have calmed in terms of the military activity up until just a matter of hours ago when those missiles were launched, they say that this is the most tense situation that many of them have seen in a number of years. And the reason for that goes back to those words from President Trump, fire and fury, locked and loaded. Even though the news cycle in the United States has moved on, here in North Korea, they are still thinking about that. They considered it a threat. And while we've heard a lot of fiery rhetoric from North Korea over the last month, we're now seeing something very different that we haven't seen since the end of July when they launched that intercontinental ballistic missile. We are seeing actual military activity. So you mentioned those 3 ballistic missiles that were launched. You mentioned they're short range. 2 of them traveled just about 250 kilometers or just over 150 miles. But that puts all of Seoul potentially in striking range, key U.S. military bases in South Korea well within striking range. And even though this was just one of dozens of missile tests ordered by North Korea's Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un, we're also seeing him appear. He, just within the last hour or so, appeared on state media here on the evening news in North Korea. He was seen overseeing a special forces operation where commandos were simulating attacks on South Korean islands. So what the officials here are telling us is that they feel that it continues to be a touch-and-go situation, and they say do not be surprised if we see more in terms of military activity from North Korea, given the fact that we're about to enter week 2 of those U.S.-South Korea joint military exercises that are happening just miles from where I'm standing here in Pyongyang. That's where thousands of South Korean soldiers are training alongside U.S. soldiers. It happens every August, and every August it always infuriates this regime, but particularly after that rhetoric from President Trump and those threats that they say they have taken very literally and very seriously here in North Korea.